What gives cryptocurrencies their real value? It's not government approval, it's not a banking license, it's something far more fundamental, and it's in one word. What is that word? Agreement. Let's look at everyday examples. Airline miles have real spendable value inside an airline's ecosystem, but you cannot use airline miles to buy groceries. But inside the airline system, those miles can pay for flights, upgrades, and even luxury perks. Because everyone participating agrees they are worth something. Gift cards work exactly the same way. A $50 gift card isn't printed by a central bank. It is not legal tender under the law. But the moment a store agrees to accept it for $50 worth of goods, it becomes a real store value, purely by agreement between buyer and seller. What about discount vouchers? Maybe you have a $20 voucher for your favorite restaurant or a 20% off coupon at a clothing store. Nobody in the government declared that piece of paper money. Yet, if the restaurant or the shop agrees to honor it, you can trade it for food, clothes, or goods without using cash. Crypto works on the exact same principle. Bitcoin, Ethereum, or any digital asset becomes valuable the moment two people agree it has value and are willing to exchange real goods, labor, services, or other assets for it. And over time, as more individuals, companies, and even entire industries participate, the network of agreement grows larger and stronger. So, what gives a cryptocurrency its value? Agreement is all you need. And that's why I've been accepting cryptos for my services since 2017. That's also why I teach my clients how to really profit from cryptocurrencies quickly and legally. If you want to understand how we do this, simply let me know below or message me directly, and I'll send you a PDF on our strategies that most people don't know about. I think you will love what you will discover. In my previous video, I talked about how an agreement between two parties that a crypto has value is all that is needed for a crypto to have value. But cryptos don't just depend on an agreement for them to have value. Many cryptos also have functions that the users want. A function is what the crypto allows the user to do. You see, real assets aren't valuable because they just sit there. They're valuable because they perform a function that people need. To understand this, imagine a toll road where you can only pay using tokens issued by the toll company. It doesn't accept cash, it doesn't accept credit cards, just their tokens. If thousands of people need to drive on that road every day, and the only way to pay is through those tokens will naturally have value. It's exactly the same with crypto. Take Ethereum, the blockchain, as an example. Ethereum is a global network that runs decentralized applications called dApps, spelled DAPPS, that operate without banks, companies, or middlemen. Whenever you want to use the Ethereum network or blockchain, whether you're sending crypto, minting an NFT, using a DeFi app, or trading on a decentralized exchange that runs on the Ethereum network, you have to pay something called a gas fee. Gas fees are like the cost of doing business. They pay the computers that keep Ethereum secure and make sure your transaction is processed correctly on the Ethereum blockchain that runs your apps. Now, here's the critical part. You cannot pay those gas fees in dollars. You cannot pay in Bitcoin. You cannot pay in just any token or alternate coins. You can only pay gas fees using Ether, the native token of Ethereum. So if you don't have Ether, you can't move money, create apps, mint NFTs, or interact with the network at all. Ether isn't just a store of value. It's functional money, or money for a function. It's the fuel that keeps the entire Ethereum ecosystem alive. And that's the key. When a token is needed to power an ecosystem, when it's required for access, transactions, and operations, it creates real built-in demand, which then gives it its value. This is the reason why my clients and I invest in cryptos. But we have certain strategies that will maximize our profits and minimize our risks at the same time that most people don't know about. So if you want to know how we do this, drop me a line below or message me directly and I'll send a PDF over to you. Do cryptocurrencies have intrinsic value? An asset's intrinsic value is based on its ability to generate income on its own, like rental properties that bring in rent or stocks that pay out dividends regularly. Can cryptocurrencies do the same? Many people assume crypto is just speculation, buy low, sell high. But that's very narrow thinking. Today, some cryptocurrencies generate consistent income, just like the traditional income-producing assets. Here's how. First, staking. With cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, Cardano, or Solana, you can lock up your tokens to help secure the network. In return, you earn rewards on a regular basis. These rewards are often paid in the same token as the token you're staking. Their returns on your stake tokens can range from 4% to over 10% annually. Next, lending. On platforms like Aave or Compound, you can lend out a crypto to borrowers who will pay interest on it in return. Instead of a bank lending your money for profit, you are the one earning the interest, sometimes at 5% and even more, depending on demand. Many people have no idea lending is even possible with cryptos. Next, you can be a liquidity provider. On decentralized exchanges like Uniswap or Curve, you can deposit your cryptos into trading pools. When users on those decentralized exchanges swap tokens, they pay fees, and those fees get distributed to you as the liquidity provider. All of this means your crypto doesn't have to sit idle. It can work for you by generating returns for you while you sleep. These are not hypothetical promises of future potential. These are real working systems that already exist, and they are producing income today. There are more ways that cryptos can make money for you on a passive basis that most people don't know about. If you want to know what they are, simply let me know below or message me directly and I'll send you the resource. The rarer something is, and the more people want it, the more valuable it becomes. This is a classic supply and demand equation. Take gold, for example. It's valuable not just because it's shiny or historic. It's valuable because it's scarce. It's hard to find, it's hard to mine, and there's a limited amount of it on Earth. But, and this is important, scarcity alone isn't enough. There are thousands of rare things in the world that are worthless. A one-of-a-kind rock in your backyard is scarce, but if no one wants it, it has no market value. Scarcity only creates value when there is demand. So let's bring this back to Bitcoin. Bitcoin has both scarcity and demand. First, the scarcity. Bitcoin has a hard cap. Only 21 million Bitcoins will ever exist. That's coded into Bitcoin's system itself. Not one more can be created, no matter how many people want it or how high the price goes. Compare that to fiat currencies like the dollar or euro. Governments and central banks can print more at will, and every time they do, the value of existing money goes down. That's called inflation. Bitcoin was designed to do the opposite. It's deflationary. The supply is fixed, and over time, the reward for creating new coins through mining gets smaller and smaller. So as adoption grows and demand rises, and the supply stays constant, that creates upward pressure on its price. Bitcoin's demand comes from several real-world use cases. It's used as a store of value, it's borderless, permissionless, and decentralized. No bank, no government, and no middleman. And more recently, it's becoming a component in institutional portfolios as a hedge, much like gold. That combination, fixed supply and rising demand, gives Bitcoin real economic value. It's not just digital scarcity for its own sake. It's scarcity with purpose. And that's what makes Bitcoin more than just a speculative asset. It makes it a credible form of digital value. Now that you know, you should also know that my clients and I frequently make money with cryptos that don't have any scarcity built in. Want to know how? Drop me a line below or message me directly and I'll send you the resource. One of the most powerful things that gives cryptocurrencies their value is something that most people don't think about. And that thing is called decentralization. Now, it's odd that many smart people I know don't quite get this important concept or don't place any importance on it. Maybe because the word is a boring one, decentralization. So it may not sink in, right? But you need to understand this concept fully so that you can fully appreciate the value cryptos give us. You see, in the traditional world, money is controlled by central banks. Your savings are held by banks that can freeze your account. Payment platforms can block transactions. Governments can change rules overnight. That's centralized control, and it comes with risks. Now imagine a system where no single person, company, or government controls your money, where the rules are open, transparent, and enforced by computer code, not opinion. That's what crypto offers. Take Bitcoin, for example. No company owns it. No government can shut it down. And it runs on a global network of thousands of independent computers called nodes, all following the same protocol. This means no one can fake transactions, no one can freeze your wallet, no one can inflate the supply for political reasons. Ethereum works the same way. Thousands of developers maintain and improve the network. No central figure has ultimate control. And decentralization isn't just about politics, it's about resilience. Because if one server goes down, the network doesn't blink. If one government bans it, the rest of the world keeps it alive. It's like the internet. You can't shut it off from one place, and that's why it works everywhere. Decentralization removes the single points of failure that crash economies and silence innovation. It gives people everywhere equal access, equal control, and equal opportunity. In a world where trust in central authorities is eroding, Decentralized crypto systems offer a new kind of security, one that doesn't rely on who's in charge, but on computer code that everyone can verify. That's what makes cryptos valuable. And that's why I've been accepting cryptos for my services since 2017. That's also why I teach my clients how to really profit from cryptocurrencies quickly and legally. If you want to understand how we do this, simply let me know below or message me directly, and I'll send you a PDF on our strategies that most people don't know about. I think you will love what you will discover. Another reason cryptos have real value is something most financial systems don't offer: transparency. Now, let's be honest, the traditional financial system is a black box. You don't know what your bank is doing with your money. Crypto flipped that model upside down. With public blockchains like Bitcoin and Ethereum, every transaction is recorded, not just privately like in a bank's database, but publicly in a digital ledger called the blockchain. Anyone can view every transaction ever made on the network. You can trace coins from wallet to wallet. You can verify balances without asking for permission. You don't need to trust someone to tell you the truth. You can just check the data yourself. And that's powerful. Let's say a crypto project claims it has $100 million locked in its smart contract. With blockchain transparency, you can visit the smart contract online, see the money, and confirm it's there. This kind of transparency builds trust, not just between users and platforms, but among the users themselves. Now, in a world where financial manipulation, shadow deals, and hidden bailouts are all too common, crypto offers a different path: open, verifiable, and permanent records of everything. And in today's world, that kind of financial honesty is a rare and valuable thing. This is the reason why my clients and I invest in cryptos. But we have certain strategies that will maximize our profits and minimize our risks at the same time that most people don't know about. So if you want to know how we do this, drop me a line below or message me directly and I'll send a PDF over to you. One of the most revolutionary things about cryptocurrency and one of its most valuable features is this: it works everywhere for everyone without permission. Traditional finance is full of gates. To open a bank account, you need a government ID. To invest, you need credit checks or broker access. To send money internationally, you need approval, fees, and time. And that is if you're lucky. Now imagine you're in a country where the banking system is unstable, or the government has capital controls, or you're simply unbanked, not because you are untrustworthy, but because the country lacks infrastructure. Crypto removes all of that. With nothing more than a smartphone and an internet connection, you can send and receive payment, store value safely, access financial services, join a global economy instantly. You don't need to ask anyone for access. There's no opening hours, no paperwork, no discrimination. Cryptos are borderless money. Now, whether you are in a huge city or a remote village, Bitcoin works exactly the same way. So does Ethereum. So do stable coins like USDT and USDC. And that's why crypto isn't just valuable in wealthy countries. It's sometimes even more valuable in places where the traditional system fails. It's useful for migrant workers sending money back home, entrepreneurs in developing nations, citizens living under inflation or financial censorship. Crypto offers something banks never did: a global financial system that includes everyone by default. This kind of access isn't just nice to have, it's life-changing. And the more people that plug into this system, the more value it creates for all of us. Now you see why my clients and I invest in cryptos. It's because cryptos are a type of asset, unlike any others before them, with their own characteristics that savvy investors absolutely love, which include extremely high returns in very short periods of time. Of course, you need to select the proper cryptos and manage your risk properly. Now, if you want to know how we do it, let me know below or message me directly and I'll send over a resource for you to check out. I think you will love what you discover. Most people think of money as something passive. You earn it, you save it, you spend it. But what if money could act on its own, follow rules and make decisions without you within the rules you have set? That's what programmable money makes possible. And it's one of the most valuable features of modern cryptocurrencies. Let's take Ethereum as an example. Ethereum is a platform for smart contracts, which are pieces of computer code that run automatically when certain conditions are met. In simple terms, smart contracts are like digital agreements that don't need a lawyer or middleman to enforce. So if A happens, do B. No delays, no arguments. So imagine this: a loan that repays itself when your wallet receives income, a payment of royalty to artists every time their music is played, a will that releases funds automatically when a condition is met. These are all done without middlemen, banks, or paperwork. This kind of programmable money powers everything from DeFi to NFTs to decentralized exchanges. And once they are deployed, smart contracts are tamper-proof. No one can change the rules, not even the original creator. So in the traditional world, financial services rely on centralized systems like banks, payment processors, or institutions. They are closed, slow, and prone to human error or bias. Not only that, fiat currencies are dumb as a rock. You can't make them do anything on their own. Programmability changes that. It gives you money that's not just transferable, but intelligent. And so a cryptocurrency is money as software. And the entire world is powered by software. So why not money? So when you understand how cryptocurrencies get their value, you can invest in them confidently. The only thing you need to do is to select the best cryptos that have very high potential to appreciate significantly or generate income passively. And of course, you need to manage your risk properly as well. Let me know if you want to know how to do this, and I'll send you some secrets nobody else knows about. Remember blockbuster videos? You had to drive to a store, rent a DVD, go home, watch it, and then return it on time or pay late fees. DVDs are physical items. Then Netflix showed up. Turn on your smart TV, choose a movie, click on it to watch, and you're done. Downloads are digital. What about paper maps? That's a giant sheet of paper. You try to find a location on it, you turn it around here and there, and you hope you have not missed the exit. Today we use GPS like Waze, which is real-time directions in our pocket. It can even warn us of traffic jams ahead or roadblocks. The information is digital. So every time we move from analog to digital, life became faster, cheaper, and better. Now think about money. Fiat currency or paper money is slow, expensive, and controlled by the central bank. Cryptocurrency or digital money is fast, borderless, and not controlled by any entity. So if digital videos and digital maps are clearly better, why are we still doubting digital money? When you understand how cryptocurrencies get their value, you can invest in them with full confidence. All you need to do is to choose the right cryptos with high potential, the kind that can either grow massively or pay you passive income, or both. Of course, managing risk is part of the game too. Want to know how my clients and I do it? Just drop me a message and I'll send you a few secrets nobody else is sharing.